Whoop. Eat and talk. Right, so I'm just gonna eat, what's this thing called? Tuna and cucumber onigiri, exactly. This one is from Asda. I really like triangle food, it's the best food, best snacks. Onigiris are good, samosas are good, Doritos are good. Triangle shaped sandwiches are good. Anything triangle is good. Take notes, people. It's true. Name me a triangle food that is bad. All triangle food is good. It's true. So yeah, what I'll do is talk and eat and talk. Talking about ADHD medication, I'm going to do a bit of an update, what I think of it so far, how good or how shit I've been taking it, etc. So yeah, ADHD and ADHD medication. So I was diagnosed with ADHD in 2024, yeah, and previous to that, as a child I was diagnosed with dyslexia. I was also, as an adult, diagnosed with dyslexia, and as an adult I was diagnosed again with dyslexia. I've gone into a whole backstory to do with that on a previous video, talking about my whole diagnosis building up to it and how I was treated during school, uni, college, and via like the teachers, this, that and the other. However, jumping forwards, let's put a little bit of this on. Yeah, jumping forward. So I've been diagnosed with dyslexia as a child, and then at uni, the geezer, one of the teachers, one of the tutors, wanted me to get diagnosed for dyslexia again because I couldn't prove it because I didn't have any like certificate or letter to prove it, and he wanted evidence that I was dyslexic. So I went for another one as an adult. Come out, sriracha. Bit of this Tabasco sriracha went on it, and so I went for another dyslexia test as an adult, and that geezer diagnosed me with dyslexia and dyspraxia, and I've been diagnosed with ADHD. But as we know, that all these things are on a spectrum, and some of them have like lots of overlaps depending on person, because somebody could have dyslexia and not have the other things, or you could have dyslexia and have some of the other things, and some of the traits can be, you know, similar depending on the person, or not depending on the person. However, moving forward, I was diagnosed with ADHD 2024, and at the time the psychiatrist, they usually discuss medication with you, the choice whether to have it or not, and like different types of medication for ADHD, even though I didn't understand the lingo of that. And my psychiatrist just picked this medication for me, which is, excuse the pronunciation, methylphenidate hydrochloride, methylphenidate hydrochloride. This is a 10 milligram. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This is the one I was prescribed first, which is the exact same thing, but 5 milligrams. So these were prescribed to me first, 5 milligram, to be taken twice a day. And then, so what happened is that I was initially, and still am, reluctant to taking ADHD medication, or almost any medication for that matter. Yeah, but even through my reluctance, I thought, you know, I'll give it a go, see if it makes a difference, see if it helps me at all, because ultimately I want to help my ADHD-ness and stuff like that, if possible, whether that's through natural ways or medication or none of those things, like, or alternative like ways of how one can help themselves. So initially he prescribed me these 5 milligram to be taken twice a day. So when I got them, I was reluctant about it, but I thought, you know, I'll give it a go and see what they're like, any side effects, this, that and the other. So yes, I'm talking about me, myself, personally. These are my own experiences. So, and it's like, just, I'm talking about what I think of it in the moment, like now, just based on my own experiences. So if you want to like dive into your own experiences or learn more about it for yourself, do your own research sort of thing, investigate further for yourself, ask professionals, do research, talk about it with other people, your friends, your family, and yeah, look into it if you want. Up to you, but I'm just talking about me and what my experiences are. So I got this, and what happened was, so I started taking them one of the days after I got it. I think the first time I went to my chemist, I didn't actually have it, and then I had to wait, like, whenever it was. Went back, got it, took some sort of tablet in the morning at some point, and I tried to just carry on with my day and wait for it to kick in. So when it first kicked in, what I initially felt was like a head rush. I feel like I felt myself getting warmer, and then because I procrastinate and ruminate and hyper focus on things that I want to, that my brain is like, becomes like an addictive thing. So if a thought comes into my brain, that's what I hyper focus on. And then, so the things for me that are sort of to do, so the tasks for me that are to do with having attachments to expectations to them, like work, housework, cleaning, etc, 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 or chores and things like that, I find really difficult to do, and I overthink them. I procrastinate and not, I ruminate and not, and I hyper focus and hyper fixate on other subjects that's going to give me dopamine and make me feel calm and relaxed and not anxious, because I believe that I live in mostly a trauma response. So there's flight, fight, freeze and fawn, isn't there? And I mostly I believe that I live in mostly a freeze response when it comes to things that are attached to expectations, such as cleaning, tidying, and other like boring like work that I find it really difficult to focus, concentrate and get on with. My energy levels are just really low, and I get really like fidgety and all that. So I took that tablet, and initially I felt like a head rush. Not straight away, like within the first 20 minutes to half an hour of swallowing the tablet with water. Don't swallow it dry. Well, I, swallow it with some liquids, basically. So I felt a head rush. I think I felt warmer, and I did feel my heart rate like increasing. And then I didn't really feel any different other than those sensations around 20 minutes or so after swallowing the first pill. With that, it did actually, the head rush and the sort of feeling of being high did actually make me feel a little bit anxious and on edge and edgy, but I tried to just get on with my day. So normally what would happen if I'm procrastinating about doing some sort of housework, and my jumps are constantly jumping from one thought to the next, whether it's washing the dishes, making the bed, cleaning the floor, taking the garbage out, the rubbish out, and stuff like that. The thoughts are always jumping from one, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and you're thinking about it, going over and over and over. And what happened is that it's almost like the medication is fighting with the procrastination, and simultaneously fighting with the procrastination and the rumination and the hyperfixation. It's almost trying to counteract that and fight with it on an almost subconscious level to snap you out of it. So you're like thinking, okay, I'm gonna, let's say, wash the dishes. I'm gonna wash the dishes, I'm gonna wash the dishes. You're thinking it, and because you're thinking it, you're drained, you're tired. And I feel like with ADHD, you get so tired of thinking about doing it, and the overwhelm of doing it, and the expectation to doing that one, even that one little task, that one, or even just like getting dressed, having a shower, and getting out of bed after, like, you know, when you sit in your towel. Well, I sit in my towel after I get out the bath or the shower for ages, and that's when oh my god, I've got to get dressed, I've got to wash the dishes, I've got to do this, I've got to drive this person there, this, that, and the other. It's like that, isn't it? So what happens is the medication kind of does that thing where it's having an attack on those thoughts a little bit, and it's arguing with it, metaphorically or subconsciously. And so what you'll do is you're constantly fighting between the thoughts, the rumination, the procrastination, the hyperfixation on the other things that you're like addicted to, which is dopamine or whatever, things that get you feel relaxed, calm and excited, like, you know, your activities that you want to actually do, the clothes that you actually do want to wear and put on for those activities, the thing that you're obsessing about in that moment, you know, like the cartoons or the book you want to read, or the activity or the new hobby that you want to pick up, etc, etc, etc. The pill kind of goes, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, like a woodpecker. And your hyperfixation is going, no, I really need to look at this thing. I have to do it now. It's more important than washing the dishes. And that, so you'll go and wash the dishes, and instead of, while you're washing the dishes, normally with the ADHD mind, it's like you're washing the dishes, and while you're washing the dishes, you're thinking about doing, because you see the bin which is full of rubbish, so you're thinking, oh my god, I've got to stop washing the dishes now and not finish the dishes properly. I've got to go and take the bin out. And then you're trying to take the bin out, but then you put that down because you see the broom, and then you have to start sweeping the floor, so nothing actually gets done or finished. With the pill, it's kind of like it might allow you just to finish one task, just about, by the skin of your teeth, because you're still thinking about the other things. The procrastination of thinking about doing the other jobs and chores, and the hyperfixation really like still hits you, and then that fights, the medication gives up, and your hyperfixation and procrastination and all that takes over. And for me it didn't last very long. It lasted for about 15-20 minutes max, and then I would just feel like I did before. But I would take, say, the second pill, and the same thing would kind of happen again, but then it would wear off super fast, like 10 minutes later, and I'd just be like back to like how I was before. Like, it doesn't last very long for me. Maybe for somebody else it does. And then I did that for about 3 days or so, like 3 to 4 days, 2 pills a day. And then, let's say I'd be out and about, I would forget to take the second pill, and then after that it all subsided. I forgot to take the second pill, or when I did take the medication, it just wasn't working at all, and the side effects, I would feel more than, like, it wouldn't make me concentrate or focus at all on anything. And then the side effects would be a lot stronger than like any other feeling. So the head rushing, the quickening of the heart rates, the feeling warmer, and you just feel like you're high, like you're coming up on maybe something else, who knows. yeah, so you feel like you're kind of high, and it's more of a weird high feeling. And to me, it made me feel agitated, edgy, and kind of anxiety. Like, also when I was driving on the medication, I felt a kind of a bit more like edgy to me. But for somebody else, it might make them feel different and like they can concentrate more. But for me, it like, the one time I took the pill, and I'm quite an anxious driver, because I heard that some people with ADHD can be quite rageful, but that's not me. I'm more like anxiety, and I'm an anxious driver. So when I'm pulling off my drive and there's loads of cars and people coming, I take like ages doing it. But one time, like maybe the second day that I took the pill, I was pulling off my drive and I did it like straight away. But that was within the first half of an hour of me taking it, and then that would wear off, and then I would feel, the pill would make me feel anxious, like a head rush, like I'm high, and kind of a bit sort of agitated and edgy. Besides that, and then I stopped taking them, and then like I would forget to take them and stuff like that after that. Moving on, so every month I speak to the psychiatrist. I told him all of this, and then he ended up prescribing 10 milligram, and it was supposed to be the slow release one, which is the one that you take once a day, but for some reason they said twice a day. After I got this medication, what happened was I took the first pill the day after I got the 10 milligram. Then the day after that, I lost my medication. Like I misplaced it and I lost it, and I didn't take them at all. And then like a couple of days before, so 2-3 weeks went by, 4 weeks, and when it came for the FaceTime appointment with the psychiatrist, I found the medication, took one pill a couple of days before I spoke to him. And again, from the 2 pills, the only 2 pills I took are these ones, because I lost them, like literally I lost them. The same again as the 5 milligram. I felt a head rush, 20 minutes, 20 minutes or so. I felt hot, I felt bothered, and I felt agitated and edgy. And it just did the same thing. That procrastination argument with the ADHD pill, just, it's kind of like, stop thinking about those things, and stop hyperfixating on your favourite shit. Just stop it now. Do the washing up now. And that would last for about 10-15 minutes max, and it would completely like wear off, and I'd just feel a bit edgy, anxious, and like I'm high, but not in a good way. Prior to that, so he has now, so I told him all this, he has prescribed me more, like 20 milligrams. So I basically told him it doesn't really work, and it's just giving me head rushes, and it's just making me feel like hyper, but in a different way, like anxious and edgy, and a bit like you've taken some sort of like speed or coke or something like that, and it's a shit feeling. Like, I don't know, I told him that, and he was like, oh, I'll prescribe you 20 milligrams. Now the thing is, I am going to get them and try those ones, and I might try them a bit longer and properly and see how it goes. But ultimately, I'm not sure about these medications for me personally, but it might work for you, because everybody is different. And this is why I say, do your own research, ask certain people, ask professionals, speak to your family or your friends or whatever, and look into it for yourself, because everybody is different. Ultimately, I think doctors are drug dealers, and the cartel or the pharmacists. Saying that, I will update you on the new ones that I get and see what happens. Saying that, I've got to take a bite of my bloody onigiri, so cheers. Oh my god. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to drink. Never forget. Chin up. Crown on. Don't no bring you down.